And you're watching The American Dream. Today we are touching base on the real estate market in Louisville, and we have our guest today, Dolly Rivera, the principal broker of Elite KY Homes, to talk about what sort of trends we're seeing in the real estate market in Louisville. Dolly, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Thank you for having me. Thanks for being on the show. So let's get right to it. We're talking down payment and monthly payments, right? As a buyer, that may be a little bit intimidating as they're going into purchasing them one of the biggest investments in their lives. How can they distinguish getting maybe the down payment, or I'm sorry, the monthly payment that they want the mortgage on when they deal with down payments?
Well, that's a great question. It comes very often. In fact, I have quite a few buyers calling me first, just asking how much do they need for down payment. And it's a topic that we talk a lot. Just know that going to your lender, it's definitely a good start, but you can also come to a real estate agent. We know about the products and lenders out there that will benefit you. Now, as far as the down payment, we, once again, here in Louisville, about if you're a first-time home buyer, 3% would be great. Even though there are some programs out there that the governments, they fund, so they can help you out with that portion of it. Now, as far as the down payment itself, 3%, there are some people that say, hey, I'm gonna try to save about $10,000 or $15,000. Just know that normally a $10,000 difference would be about $55 to $60
on their mortgage,
more or less on a monthly payment.
Correct.
And that would change as the interest rate rises. So just ask, but you don't really need a whole lot of money for a down payment. And there are two different things. There is a down payment and closing cost. We will need to approach those separately, even though they are kind of combined for buying a property, but definitely two different things. And as far as the down payment goes, as low as 3%. So $150,000 would be $4,500. And that's a typical, I don't want to say typical, but it's very common on a first-time home buyer for $150,000 here in Louisville.
And one thing to point out too is essentially making sure the difference between pre-qualification and pre-qualified letter and being pre-qualified, right? I mean, you need to make sure that you have those, and like you said, get in touch with the lender before approaching a real estate agent, so that you know the numbers are somewhat more of in the ballpark scheme of what you're looking at in a mortgage, right? When you put those down payments. So
yeah, definitely. The first step is getting the pre-approval. Either you can go to the lender yourself, or you can ask a real estate agent for a suggestion on which lender to use. But definitely a pre-approval will need to be first. So we have, they will check your credit score, the debt to income, so all your expenses with all your income. So then you will know exactly how much you'll be able to qualify for. From that number, then we can talk about what houses do you like, and what does that mean economically for you as far as the down payment, closing cost, and monthly payments.
Certainly makes a search for a home a lot easier when you have that in order. Talking about searching for homes, what are you seeing in the trend currently in your city with buyers? Are you seeing them wanting the bigger homes, downsizing a bit, the more modern? What's the trend out there?
Well, it's shifting. It has been normally single-family homes sold throughout. I have seen more requests on apartments as the house prices, they have increased. I have been asked several times about apartments and condos. But as of right now, it's still we're still selling more single-family homes. And it's still a seller's market, but it's shifting. So we are actually getting there. The houses are staying a little longer on the market than normal. And it's based on the price point.
And that seems to be the say for most of the cities across the country too, with the market trend there. With that being said, you do have a property that you want to highlight. Why don't you go ahead and talk about that?
Yeah, great. So this property, it's located on 1614 Stafford Avenue. 4216. It's $128,900. It has granite countertops. It's recently renovated, great conditions. It's in a great price and great location. The neighborhood has been established for quite some time. It's one of the more established, one of the older neighborhoods in Louisville. So yeah, it's great. It won't last. So if you want to see it, please let me know. Give us a call, and I'll be happy to show it to you.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Dolly, for all your insight there on the real estate market. We'll talk again soon.
Thanks. Okay. Have a good day.
We have more to come about the real estate markets in your trend and your city. Stay with us here on The American Dream.